Let's be honest, our capitalist consumption-oriented society is often perceived as incompatible with the words ethical and sustainable. Welcome! The day has come. We are in the first edition of
Total Branding Tuesdays.
with the amazing Dr. Mernita Sandiford.
On fire. And the phenomenal Coach Bear in the house.
Today we're going to talk about are brands good or bad for society?
Yes. Yep. Are your brands helping or hurting the communities in which we live? So we're going to give some insight to that today, and hopefully it's going to be a very interesting conversation.
Are brands good, helping or hurting your own business? Do you have, as a small business owner, a brand? Is your brand defined within your community?
Very interesting.
And most important, we are going to try to help you out in these questions by giving you a couple of scenarios where we will go through the process of mission, vision, and
core values. Ooh, I couldn't wait to say that one.
So we are going to start by exploring the concept of ethical branding. What is ethical branding? Where does the concept come from? The Oxford Dictionary defines ethical as follows: relating to moral principles of the branch of knowledge dealing with these, morally good or correct, avoiding activities or organizations that do harm to people or the environment. So the question comes in place when we think about brands that are harmful to the environment, harmful to people. And unfortunately, these are brands that we might consume on a daily basis, right? Brands that we put into our bodies, brands that we know that they do some type of weird chemical testing to produce their products. So are those brands ethical brands when, according to the definition, they should avoid activities or anything to do harm to people or the environment?
So that's where this conversation is going today.
That's where the conversation is going to go, and that's where the question is going to be for our small business owners. Is your brand ethical? Do we have an ethical brand? And again, does your brand have a mission, a vision, and a core value?
We build our business with our sweat equity. And often, more often than not, when we decide to go into business, if myself is any indication of a small business owner, vision and mission is not the first things that come to mind as I begin to put together my business. So you're saying that these are imperative if we want our brands to communicate with our community?
That is absolutely correct. If we want a brand to be able to communicate within the community that brand exists, it needs a vision, a mission, and it needs to have core values.
Okay.
According to the American Marketing Association, it's defined as a brand is a name, a term, a design, a symbol, or any other feature that identifies one seller, good, or service as distinct from those of other sellers. So we're talking about the identity of the business. So let's think about identity as an individual. What makes the identity of the individual?
So are you referring to what sets us apart?
I'm referring to what makes us different,
What makes us different?
one from each other.
One from each other. Our core values, maybe.
Our belief system.
Our belief system. Okay, our belief system.
And-
I like that. Our belief systems.
And our belief systems are based on the things that we hold dear to ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And within those are going to be our core values.
Yes.
So, if that brand does not have core values, how is it going to differentiate from the other brands that
Within
either
their industry?
shares, whether if it's in that industry or by itself? How is people going to identify with them,
Okay.
right?
Starting to make sense, Coach. Starting to make sense.
So, most businesses don't think about this core value, mission, vision kind of deal because they think like, well, you know, we're in business to do what?
Make money.
And how are you going to make money if your main differentiator, which is your business identity, is not defined?
That could present a problem. So you're telling me it's almost like I'm going to use manicures for an example.
Okay.
Because we're a spa, and if someone comes to me and say, I want a manicure, you're saying that my brand has the potential to set itself apart within that industry just based on its core values, which would make someone come to me as opposed to the 10 other manicure salons that they've passed up in order to get to me?
That is part of the process of selection when we're picking up a product or a service. Is the way we all do it. That's the difference between us buying a Mac computer or a Windows computer. That's the difference between us buying a Ford car or a Chevrolet car. It's the same product.
Okay.
If I'm in the market for a truck and I go look at a Chevy truck or a Ford truck, both are pickup trucks. Both do the same thing. What makes me make that choice?
The quality of the brand.
Really, what's going to make me make that choice is going to be how well I identify with that brand.
How the brand resonates with the individual on a certain level.
Correct. And that's going to come from, you know, in Texas we say build for tough, right?
Yeah.
So if I'm a big, tough guy, chances are I'm going to go and buy a Ford truck.
Okay.
And again, we're not sponsored by Ford or Chevy here. Let's say that. Let's just get that out of the way. But
Yes.
I do drive a Ford truck, and they're the best. So,
Well, okay.
so now watch. We're gonna get all this hate mail about the Chevy guys. No, Chevy is the best, and it's great because that's the purpose. Chevy is not a matter of, and that's the point that we were trying to drive, right? It's not a matter of a good or bad brand. It's a matter of what resonates with the perception of the consumer and if the brand is ethical.
It has to be in moral good standing, and it must not do harm to the community or its people. Did I get that right?
Absolutely.
Oh my
You got it.
God, yes.
You got it. So there all these major brands that we see out there doing all this eco-friendly, all this, it's not a fad that, oh, it's about saving the world and saving. It's not a fad. It's about having an ethical brand. And some people would say, you know, this is just, it's common sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's really not. Because throughout the course of, since the Industrial Revolution, we've seen that there have been some really iffy business practices, right?
Yeah.
That have made a lot of money to a lot of people, right? But eventually, is that a sustainable business model? Not really. When people find out, it gets turned off.
So
it's
we
about,
want something that's going to be around for a while, that's going to last.
and that's why it's important as small business owners, if you're looking for the legacy in your business, if you're looking for the legacy in your business, you need to have a vision, a mission, and core values. And everything needs to be built around that.
Okay.
And in order for your brand to be strong and have a strong foundation, it needs to be ethical. And your business practices and your business policies and your corporate philosophies need to be built around ethical values. If you do that, chances are you have a pretty good chance that your brand is going to resonate out there with the people.
I like that.
And with that comes what?
Sustainability.
And with that comes customers. And with customers come what?
Money.
So that's what we want. And you know, back in the day, we used to say word of mouth. Now we call it referral. Whatever term you want to use, it's just about dealing with people.
Right.
It's just about dealing with people. And we're all different. And there are millions of brands out there. And there are millions that pop up every day.
Yes.
So it's a lot easier to clean as you go, as I say, and start from the get-go. And if you are a small business owner, even if you are a solopreneur, you should have a mission and you should have vision, and you definitely need core values.
Oh, I absolutely agree. And this is teaching me a lot because I can see if that's in place from the start, that as a solopreneur, you don't find yourself going around in circles and you feel like you're not making progress. And so if you establish these things up front, then you have a roadmap in which to follow, and it can grow with you as you continue to grow a successful business.
When you start bringing people into your team, it's no secret. There's no secret sauce. There's no secret elements. This is what we do. This is how we do it.
This is our belief system.
Correct. Now, there are going to be those that are not going to have that same belief system. And that's perfectly fine. Right? They can go and buy a truck.
They're resonating with another brand.
And that's perfectly fine.
Yes.
That's the beauty of capitalism.
Absolutely.
But at the end of the day, we have to be laser focused on what kind of customer we want to attract.
So we should know who it is we're trying to target.
Absolutely.
Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely.
Huh. Which should be indicative of the message that our brand is sending out there.
And it's going to be based on what?
The core values.
Our belief system and our corporate
And
core
our
values.
belief system.
As a company.
As a company.
Absolutely.
Huh. I think it's pretty amazing.
What advice would you give to this young generation that is trying to start entrepreneurship?
One, to decide what they do well and to hyper focus on that trade, service, or product that they're specializing in, to identify what it is they're trying to communicate and attract into that business, and create their mission and their vision from that passion that they have. And then, what are the core values of that product, service, or trade that they're building that business around.
Okay, folks. Well, there you have it. This is Total Branding Tuesday. Because your brand, it's a revolution waiting to happen.
Until next time, Total Branding Tuesday
With Dr. Mernita.
and Coach Bear.
Have a good night.
Bye.